check out the whole show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. All right, let's roll, Max. You have 2 games left on your card, and they're beauties. We start at 7 p.m. Eastern. Houston Cougars, number 5 ranked Houston Cougars, 7-1, 2-1 the American at SMU Mustangs. Houston is 3-point favorites over at Circa with a total at 136. And what a beauty. They're 2.5-point favorites at FanDuel. 136.5 is the total over there. We're in Moody, Coliseum, Dallas, Texas. These 2 squads are strong in the American. We'll start with Houston. 7-game winning streak to start the season. Came to an end on Tuesday night, 65-64 loss at Tulsa as 9.5-point favorites. They're 7-1, 2-1 in the American. Their defense is excellent. They allow just 55.9 points per game. They score 73.6. They hit just 41% from the field. They only get 11.1 assists per game. And it confuses me a bit. Guards Quentin Grimes and Marcus Sasser, the 2 of them together combined for 33.5 points. They are so talented that I would expect them to get more distribution, but they don't seem to get. Let's talk about the Mustangs. 6-0, 2-0 in the American, undefeated, and are beating opponents by an average of 19.9 points per game. They came off their Christmas break by winning at Temple, 79-71, and they're led by junior Kendrick Davis, scoring 19.2 points, 7.2 assists, 4.3 rebounds. He's hitting 47.6% from 3. What a beauty you've picked, Max. 7 p.m. Eastern, Houston SMU. Take it away.
Yeah, this is going to be a good old battle of Texas. And Houston, they are a tough, well-rounded, well-coached, possible Sweet 16 type team, Jim. But big butt, and big butts are great. I don't think I'll be going on them. I don't think I'll be taking them. No. Let me tell you why. SMU, yes, lost Isaiah Mike, lost Tyson Jolly, but they got Darius McNeil. They got Urine, so they got a good rim protector, guy who's working his way in, and he's not alone because they already had a bunch of good front court players. Farron Hunt, Ethan Chargwas, these are guys that are going to give Houston problems. What is one of Houston's only weaknesses against talented front courts? Talented front courts can be the kryptonite to beating Houston and staying within numbers. When I look at this SMU team, this is a different team, whether they're at home or on the road. That is clear as day. They haven't had really the toughest conference schedule so far, with what I would deem to be 2 kind of cupcakes with Temple and ECU. With SMU, they've done a good job of making you money, and they've done a good job of making you money at home. That's a trend that I don't see a real reason to get off of. While I do like Houston from a number perspective, and all my projections like Houston has some issues. I think that when you look at them, they have to limit high percentage looks. That's one of the key components of their defense. And when they can limit you to under 17 or 18 2-point makes a game, that's when they are getting their tempo. They are being successful on limiting you and making you take bad shots. This is a Houston team that does have the tendency to put their opponent on the free throw line. And if you do that against SMU, they will eat you alive. The other issue is your offensive rebounding advantage that you've had against, frankly, teams with very weak front courts going to translate against SMU? I personally do not think so. I think that if Houston's going to win this game and win this game by margin, they're going to have to force SMU into making a lot of mistakes. And with Kendrick Davis having the ball in his hands, I don't think that's really going to be the case. I look at Emmanuel Bandomel, fellow French-Canadian. He has grown into this role. He's really taken advantage of the minutes available. And there are weapons on the bench that don't get mentioned often enough. And I think that with SMU, this is a team that we haven't seen their best game yet. I think tomorrow is that day. I'm taking SMU all day, every day. Let's go Mustangs.
Woo. Do you want them on the money line? They're +2 at Bet365, +2.5 at FanDuel, and +3 at Circa.
Oh, no. I'll take the +3 for show purposes.
Okay.
But you can guarantee that if I see an opportunity to live bet that money line when I'm watching the game, that my degenerate right clicking finger will click, 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 click.
I love it. What concerns me is that the wake-up call Tulsa gave Houston. Other than that, I love it. Does that concern you at all, that Houston is an angry group?
Yes, it's definitely a situational spot, Jim, but the front court advantage that SMU is going to bring into this game, I think, is a very big distinguishing factor. I think that with SMU, not only can they limit you, they do a good job of scoring from the one area that Houston doesn't want you to score from. They put up almost 40 points the first half, 9 threes, and 15 free throw makes a game. That means that they're a team that is consistent offensively. It's just a matter of will it translate this year versus Houston's defense. And without having Nate Hinton for Houston, that's been the biggest disadvantage. And the caveat is everybody on Houston's had trouble shooting the basketball. Tons of ISO by Quentin Grimes. Caleb Mills is just getting back in the lineup. And Marcus Sasser has to be delivered the ball to get a really good shot at the rim. And if he gets hot from three, he needs someone to give him and put him in the spot to do it. I don't really fear Houston in that way. And if a team gets hot offensively versus them, they can beat them, especially on the road.
It's a great breakdown. Absolutely great breakdown.